Forgive the way I looked today. I didn't have time to put my makeup on. It's probably kind of a silly name for a video, but I figure with the holiday seasons coming up, Christmas time, see, the problem with the title is it doesn't convey the urgency of the actual video. And this is imperative. If you ask me, a lot of people have criticized me for, suggesting don't tell anybody to do anything. You should see the whole pattern, all 9 balls after the break. Take it for what you think it's worth. I think it's worth a lot. I really do. And maybe this video can convey why I think that and why I know it will improve your game. To most people it seems like too much work, but it gets easier. And before long you're seeing the whole pattern right after the break. And your subconscious is kind of taking over and helping you do what you have to do. And people say, there's no sense in doing that because eventually you're going to get out of line. And that's right. So when you get out of line, just rethink the pattern for the rest of the balls. And then they're saying, well, that's twice as much work. That's not true. Because by then you'll be up to like the 4 to 5 ball, and there's only, another 4 balls to see the pattern on. Just trust me and see if you can see this pattern. And this camera angle on this video is a great camera angle. For once, to see what I want you to see. The great thing about trying to find the whole pattern after the break is you don't have to be playing pool to do it. You can watch a YouTube video on, some pro players and just pause the video after the break and see the layout and try to find the pattern that the pro is going to play. If he plays a different pattern and question whether yours or his is better, it forces you to find the problems on the table. So you're not waiting until the last second to solve these issues. You know what I mean? They don't sneak up on you the way they do. If you're just thinking 3 or 4 balls ahead, you're going to find yourself at a wall where it might be too late to fix, a lurking problem on the 8 ball or whatever. It's an easy pattern and an easy rack. So now, right here, right now, is the time to start your journey into the big time. Do you see it? The first 5 balls are easy, but we need to figure out where I need to get on the 7 ball so I can decide how to shoot the 5 and where to get on the 6 to get on the place I decide to get on the 7. So as you see coming up in the next few seconds is me trying to figure out exactly where I want to be on the 7, and that's the problem, the 6 to the 7. So if I shoot a stop shot on the 1 and I shoot another stop shot on the 2, that should leave me in a perfect position to put top left on this 3 and get behind the 4 for a shot in the same side pocket. And that should allow me to get anywhere I want on the 5, to get anywhere I want on the 6, determined by how I want to shoot the 7 ball. So it's all about this 7 ball. It's all I'm concerned with. I know if I make this 7 ball and get on the 8, this game is over. So let's go figure it out, Scooby. I'm looking to get on the right side of the 7 and shooting it in this corner, but at the same time, I'm figuring out that I don't like that idea, so I'm going to go start looking on the other side, getting on the left side of the 7 ball and shooting it in this corner. Alright, right there where I'm pointing, I just found the line getting to the 7 and where I want to be on the 7. If we get straight in on the 6 and draw straight back to this rail, the natural angle coming off that rail is right where my stick is. If we come up a little bit short on the 7, we'll be perfect to get on the 8. So we're getting straight in back of the 6 to draw it back to the rail and then get on that 7 ball right on the line. And then we're going to the top rail to get back on the 8 and shooting off that side rail to get back on the 9. Alright, let's look at it real quick. Stop shot on the 1, stop shot on the 2. We're going to shoot the 3 in the side and bounce out off this rail to get behind the 4 to shoot it in the same side, and that's to get perfect shape on the 5 to wrap around and get straight in on the 6. We're just going to draw back on the 6 to get the perfect angle on the 7. To put top on the ball and go down to this rail and bounce out for the right angle on the 8 to shoot the 8 in that corner, and to bounce out right about where the 4 ball is to shoot a straight in shot on the 9. That's the pattern, guys. That's what I want you to see before you start shooting. So let's Scooby-Doo do it. Let's turn the volume down here. Now, issues arrive as we go through this rack, as they do with every rack. You're not going to be perfect on every shot. So you have to tweak it here and there and just expect that. Right here, I'm stopping to take a look at this 3 ball and whether or not I want to shoot a stop shot on the 2. And I'm thinking it might be better to come down to this rail and bounce out a little bit for a straighter in shot on the 3 to just lightly bounce off this rail and shoot a straight in shot on the 4 in that corner. And that would lead me right on the 5. But I decided against it because you're risking getting behind the 6, number 1, and because this rail's been acting funky, it's liable to not take a bounce off this rail and follow the 2 ball right into the corner pocket for a scratch, and that's almost never much fun. So we're going to skip that idea and just shoot a stop shot on this 2 ball. And the whole reason I was considering that coming down to this rail on the 3 is because putting top left on this to get behind the 4 is a little bit risky. You could bang into the 4, or you could come up short on the 4 and then be forced to go down to this rail and bounce all the way back out for a shot on the 5, which is definitely moving the cue ball too much. But it's too late now. I did it this way, which, I'm happy with. I don't regret it. I don't look back once I get past the issue. Unless, something goes wrong, and then I'll wait till the game is over and figure out what went wrong. A little bit on the left side of this 4 ball, a little bit up table, which is what I want. It's much better than coming up short on this 4. And we're just going to this rail to bounce out the right angle on the 5. And I come up a little bit short on the 5 and have a very thin cut, but we'll get to that when we get to it. The whole agenda here is to get straight in on this 6 ball. So to do that, we need the right angle. And because this is a thin cut, I'm going to have to kill it and keep it from getting away from me. And that's being done with bottom left here to kill the natural angle coming off here and to kill the speed of the cue ball. Because when you're cutting a ball this thin, most newer players, they hit this shot way too hard and They can wind up anywhere on the table, so we want to stay in control of it. And so the agenda is to kill the speed and the angle. And the problem is we killed it a little too much and we did not get straight in on the 6. Now the agenda stays the same of getting on this side of the 7 ball. But we're just going to have to take a different path. We can't draw it straight back, so we're going to have to go to this route and bounce down. And the problem here is I get a little bit too close to the 7 ball to the point where I can't stroke it, and it's a little bit straighter in than I wanted. I wanted that cue ball backed up about 5 or 6 inches so I could stroke this off the rail and back up this way. Now I'm going to have to go up under the 8 ball. And the problem is I can't get the speed off this rail to bounce up underneath the 8 ball. I get a good angle, but it's just I just don't get close enough to the 8 for my liking, and I'm left with a really difficult shot on the 8 to get back on the 9. And you can see I don't like it one bit. The problem is I can't stroke it, and because it's almost straight in, a lot of the speed off this cue ball is going to die. Yeah. Not real happy. But it's okay. I just took a little break to take a drink of water and calm my nerves. Just keep your head. And you can see that cue ball actually bounced up off the table just a hair. And that's a definite speed killer. So yeah, that's as good as I can get on the 8. The good news is I have a great angle to bounce out, at least a foot off this rail, and so I'll be able to stroke this 9 ball. I might not have a straight in shot, but it's okay. Just let the cue ball, the weight of the cue ball do its job, and just cinch this ball in, and you should come out okay. That's where I want it to be, on the 9, and there ain't no way to get there. So one more shot and we have conquered this game almost verbatim on the pattern, but we had to change that 6 ball. No biggie, you can expect it. The pattern still pretty much stayed the same. As I said, we're going to watch the whole thing without interruption. So if I made a video on how to make a difficult 4 ball and that was it, I really won't be doing what I'm setting out to do. I mean, I could do that and milk YouTube and just string you guys along and just, keep getting views. But to me, it's a true injustice. I know that most of you guys watching this are good players trying to figure out how to be great players, and that's my agenda, to get you over that hump, and just giving you bits and pieces of a big long story. It would be like a soap opera, I'm not here to fuck with people. I'm here to get to the point and to teach you guys how to take your game to a much higher level. So once you get used to seeing the whole pattern after the break, you start seeing the game as one thing instead of a whole bunch of different things. And the objective, of course, with 9 ball is to make that 9 ball. But to get to that, you need to fix this, and this. But ultimately, it merges together as one thing, one problem, one issue, and it trains your brain to think the right way, and therefore to do the right thing. What I can see happening to some of you is you'll try it, and you'll get out of line somewhere, and it'll turn into a train wreck, and you'll be like, "Wow, that same word. Don't give up in your illusion. Use your illusion, your imagination. And you get out of line on the 4-ball. Restart the whole process from the 4 to the 9. And do it that way. Don't just throw in the towel after you're screwing up. And keep doing that until your brain gets used to it. You know, just like any other muscle in your body, when you use it and you're not used to using it, it's going to hurt a little. But if you keep using it, then it stops hurting and you've taken your body to the next level. Take it to the next level. Seriously, this will take you to the next level. If you persist, you don't play all this pull to just be another banger. So let's take it up a notch, dude. Let's take it up 20 notches. Fuck a notch. The music, I was looking for a release, royalty-free release on. The name of the song is Do You Hear What I Hear? And there ain't one. So I'm not allowed to use that song. But I did find a song by the Jingle Punk? The Jingle Punks. And yeah, it's a little bit hokey, and yeah, it's, you know, sometimes you gotta get a little dorky. Sometimes you just have to take a chance and do it. Seems to work. At the risk of your ultra cool reputation. Just a song. Yeah, it's not like Mr. Rogers, right? I'm not big on Christmas music, but it's just, you know, sometimes you just gotta get a little weird. You don't get this far in life without being a little, yeah.
Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord.